Good morning, good morning, good morning, people. This is actually my second attempt at making this video. When I did the first attempt, it came out kind of loud because I had the truck running, so I picked up a lot of the truck noise in the background. So I figured while I'm sitting here on my lunch break, I got the truck off. I'll try to attempt to make this video again. Of course, I waited till after I finished eating my lunch before I started making this video. But what I want to talk about today, it's something real serious. Okay, it's real serious, and that is mental health. It's one of those things that people tend to shy away from. It's one of those things that people don't want to talk about. It's one of those things that people are embarrassed to talk about for one reason or another, and it shouldn't be, but it is a huge problem. It's a huge problem. A lot of people tend to associate with my supervisor. A lot of people tend to associate mental health with, people who's cool, or, loony bins and all that. And although that may be the case sometimes, but it's not always the case. A lot of times people just have anxiety, depression, PTSD, especially for those who served in the military or for those who had suffered some trauma in their lifetime, either for his childhood trauma or trauma as an adult. So there's a number of different reasons that people suffer from mental health. And because of the stigma that's attached to it, a lot of people are embarrassed to talk about it. And being that they're embarrassed to talk about it, they don't get no help dealing with it. So being that they don't get no help dealing with it, what happens is it just starts piling up until they no longer have control over themselves and they don't know what to do. So yeah, you hear about it, read about it, either read about it or hear about it on the news outlets or TV, newspapers, what have you, all the time, where, people, without actually saying the word, people, they go out there and they commit crimes, and it's usually involving schools, churches, department stores, if you will. I'm pretty sure you get where I'm going. And they take out these, they commit these heinous acts, and it's it's sad because the first thing they want to say is when that person does commit these heinous crimes is they say that he suffered from mental health, which at times that could be true, but I'm not a therapist, but I just understand, like, okay, if a person suffers from mental health problems, why would he be taking it out on innocent people? But I don't know. That's neither here nor there. Thing is, if you are a person who's suffering from depression, anxiety, any type of mental illness like that, seek some help. Don't think that you can handle this on your own, because you're not going to be able to. Okay, and this is coming from a person who, at a time in my life, I did suffer. I did have anxiety. I had real bad anxiety. Um, I did have depression. You know, I mean, I never thought about going out there and harming people and stuff like that. Um, Harming myself. I would never say I thought about harming myself. I just always thought that, okay, well, you know what? Maybe if I'm not here, things would be a lot easier. Maybe if I'm not here, this can happen like this, or that can happen that way. Maybe if I'm not here, my my wife and kids will be better off going this way, or my parents will be better off going that way, or wherever the case may be, and that's not a good way of thinking. That is not a good way of thinking. And the problem is, it's, it's not an easy topic to talk about. That's the huge problem, because people are so judgmental these days that it's not something that you can easily just go up to somebody and talk to them about it without them judging you, without them saying something. 9 times out of 10, sometimes people will be, they'll sit there and say, you don't got no, please, you're fine, you're okay. I mean, that used to happen to me. It's like you're crying for help without actually crying for help. It's like you don't want to tell people what's going on. You don't want to tell people that you got a problem. You don't want to tell people, how you feeling, but you want them, you give them clues and hoping that they can figure it out and maybe help you, because you're ashamed, you're embarrassed. And there's really no way of you coming out and saying it, without actually saying it. So you're hoping and praying that they'll get on, they'll grasp the clues of what you're saying, and be, oh, he's going through something. But that rarely happens that way. You understand? And it's like, you don't want to be judged, because it happened to me. It's happened to me all the time. I'd be like, man, you're just faking. Yeah, it's nothing wrong with you. Y'all get out of here. Even the adults in my life when I was younger, and I was going to, go sit down, go play some video games, you'll be fine. Go have a seat, you'll be fine. And that wasn't the case. I was crying for help, but didn't know how to tell these people. And I'm like, okay, well, Jesus, if the adults in my life, are not getting it what I'm saying, and not taking me seriously, then who am I to take myself seriously? You understand me? And it kind of trickled on to as I got older. And even as an adult, I was still ashamed to go get some help. It's my negligence. I don't know if that's the right word I want to use, but I didn't have enough knowledge in it. And my way of thinking is, I used to always think that, okay, if I go seek help, professional help, they're gonna put me on a whole bunch of drugs. They're gonna put me on medications, and that was always my problem. That was always my way of thinking, which is crazy, but that's the way I should think. I remember there was a time when I had my therapist, and she said to me, "What took you so long to seek help?" And I used to say this all the time. And I should even say this to my wife. I don't want to be doped up. I know you guys are gonna fill me up with meds. Cause that was my way of thinking back then. I should think that, therapists, all they want to do is prescribe you medicines, prescribe you meds, and collect a check. Prescribe meds and collect a check. And that was my way of thinking. And truth be told, I'm living proof that that's not the case. I mean, there are some times when medicine is needed, but overall, that's not what they're set out there to do, is to put you on medication. So I don't want you to think that, because that's not what they're set out there to do. And not only that, but just talking to somebody, a professional, it's good because for a number of different reasons. Well, number one, we just talked about, if you do need a meds, they can prescribe it to you. Hopefully you don't, but if you do, it's there. Number two, it's no judgment. because they're not there to judge you. Okay, they're there to help you, to help you to find a resolution, to get to the next level, to figure out what's going on, and get through it. That's what they're there to do. And number three, they don't know you. Okay, they don't know you. When you go see a therapist and you sit down in their office, they're trying to gather information about you, from you. They don't know who you are. They don't know nothing about you. All they know is whatever you tell them. So they're sitting there, and as time goes along, they start to get the the gist of who you are, start to find out more about you. But that's what they're doing. That's what they're trying to find out, who you are. So they're not going to sit there and judge you. You see what I'm saying? So it's supposed it's it's a one-on-one comfort level. Okay, and the good thing about that is sometimes when you go see these therapists, I give them the credit work because they allow you to break free. They allow you to unleash on them, so to speak. And a lot of they don't take it personally because they know you're not mad at them. They know whatever you're going through in your life, it's not their fault. So they're just there to help. So there's been times when I was going through what I was going through, I would talk to people and they would do one or two things. Either they would tell me what I wanted to hear just to shut me up, or what they would do is they would, they would offer me criticism of, well, this is what you should do. And no, you're doing it wrong. This is the way it should be done. And that's not what you need. That's not what you need to hear when you're going through mental health. That's not what you need, when you're going through mental health and depression. That's not what you need here. That's not it. You don't want that. That only thing that's going to do is cause you to shut down. But it's just, it's mental health. It's a big problem. You see it on the news now more and more. Going on, and I have a few of my friends who have taken their own life, and it hurts. Over the years, it hurts, and it's something that you never fully get over, and I can only imagine what a family member must be going through, a loved one goes through. When someone close to them or a family member takes their own life, and they're filled with so many unanswered questions, because I know that's how I felt, and I was just a friend there's two of my friends that are coming, two of my real close friends that are coming to my life, that they took their lives, our own lives, and they took their lives in tragic ways, and it's just, it makes you wonder, like, well, why do they do that? What made them do that? And then sometimes you sit there like, wait, is there something that I could have done to prevent them from doing that? If there's something I could have done, that could have helped them with. And the answer is probably not. Because a lot of times we don't want to listen to you. We don't want to hear from you. And that's what it comes down to. But I'm all over the place with this video this morning. There was so much I wanted to say, and I was kind of preparing myself to say this stuff. But now, as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about the stuff I'm talking about. I'm saying it's just like I got all the stuff just popping up in my head. But it's just an ongoing thing that continues to happen a lot. People taking their own lives, and I like I said, I know a few people close to me that have taken their own lives over the past few years, but two of my real close friends taking their own lives, and it kind of stings. But if you having suicidal thoughts, depression, anxiety, all that, seek help, man. Seek help. That's just my message for the day. Please get yourself some help. Don't be ashamed. Because the life you save, it just might be your own. And that's not a lie. It's your boy G-Man the Trucker, signing out. Just want to come in and ramble with you guys. Peace, God bless. Hope you have a good day. Hope you enjoy your weekend, and just stay safe.